Okay. All right. Let's see. It's not showing. Okay. I think we're back on. Someone let me know in the comments. Please tell me, can you hear me and can you hear the game that I'm playing? Can you hear the moves? I haven't done a stream before, so I'm trying to figure out all the technical parts of this because it's kind of new to me. But what we're doing is we're just solving puzzles together. I'm going to kind of go through these. If you want to see puzzles, if you're confused on a puzzle, let me know. Try to solve them in the chat. Try to let me know what you think the move is because there are some harder puzzles. We're doing more beginner and into intermediate all the way to master level. So some of these might be simple, but then some are really challenging. So please let me know. I hope that you guys can hear this now. So I'm going to make the first move. This is actually very simple. It's just a checkmate. That should work, like the audio that you guys hear from the board. I know the mic is working, but if you cannot hear the moves on the board, please let me know. All right. Now we're back. We tried to do it a second ago, but apparently the microphone was not working. Here I see this move, and after they go here, maybe we have a check this way. The king is going to run over here. That's what we have to consider. So you have to look at maybe can we cut the king off a different way. However, I don't know because they're also threatening a checkmate here as well. After they go this way, what do we have? We have a check, and then the king runs forward here, and this would be a check. And then they go here, checkmate. Yeah, that's the move. So yeah, so we go check, check, here, checkmate. Okay. And when you get in this chat, when you get back in here, whoever joins, let me know, leave a comment, leave a like, run it up. Again, we're a very small channel, so we may be too small of a channel to even do the live streams just yet because I don't know if we're going to have enough viewers to make this a regular thing. But if you like it, just let me know too because that means maybe I'll do it regardless. Here we have a ladder checkmate. So what we can do is you'll notice if we go here, the king would be in checkmate. However, the rook can block. It's okay though. We'll actually win the rook by going here. We'll have 2 attacks, which I'll show in just a second. You may consider other checks like this, but the king will actually run to safety, and we don't want that. So instead, we give a check. And now here's what I was saying. We will go here to deliver another check. After the king moves, we'll win the rook. Okay. This looks good. To me, this looks like a good idea because the knight's pinned. Okay. Now, what you might notice is if we could get a rook over here, it would be pretty powerful. However, they have a lot of pieces looking this way, so maybe that's not the answer. Instead, we need to look at how can we give another check like this, and after the king moves, we can promote. So that's actually the correct move, is they would go here, they'd go here, and we would promote a queen. Okay, it would be tempting to play this move, but notice they will block. Instead, a correct move would actually be to go here because their only block is this way, so we can actually pre-move this, and we'll win. I think this is a checkmate. Ooh, this is actually more tricky because the knight will take back. We would take with the pawn, though, and then actually this would be a checkmate. Okay, that hangs the queen and hangs checkmate in 1. That's an easy one. This will sacrifice the rook and we'll bring in this rook for checkmate. Brilliant move, which I don't necessarily think was a brilliant move. Black, try to find a move to promotion. Okay. Well, if we could pull this rook away and play here, we would promote. So that's pretty simple. This is just checkmate. Oh, actually, I forgot they did have this move. But we would take here with checkmate. Okay. Now it's getting a little trickier. We're starting to get to some of the higher elo here, so some of the higher ratings. We still don't look like we have any viewers. It's a shame. The one I just did for 10 minutes, the audio wasn't working, so I had to restart the stream. Let's see. I would like to play this move, but I don't understand. Oh, then we have a fork. Yeah, that's it. Okay, this just looks like checkmate, unless I'm just completely missing something. We haven't solved one wrong yet, so far we're at 100%. Here I'd like to play this idea to attack the queen and attack. Yeah, that's actually the correct move. That is. Because then we can take here. Okay. Back rank checkmate, potentially. So what you have to do is sacrifice the queen to get that first. And we have the back rank checkmate. 2 viewers now. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know the stream's a little delayed from my end, so you guys might have joined earlier, but it doesn't show. Thank you guys for watching and joining. And some of these I'm kind of going fast, but some are kind of, I feel like, more beginner level. Here it's kind of getting a little more tricky. We're starting to really get higher elo here. So we're trying to promote. Notice, however, their bishop is cutting it off. So how can we do that? That's the question. Maybe we could go this way, but then they're still going to sacrifice the piece. It would be better actually to run away from it and then block the bishop. However, if we go here, what you might find is they may just play a move like this, but then maybe we still play here and try to push this one up the board. This one might be the first one we get wrong because this one's kind of tricky. Obviously, if we play here, they would just take it. I appreciate you. Thank you for your comment. It means a lot. All right, so let's see. Anyone have any ideas on this one? Do you think maybe we should go here and block the pawn? Or do you think we should run this way and just try to support the pawn? The only issue with supporting the pawn is notice that they will push their pawn up the board. Instead, again, I think the more correct move is to play this one. And now, now after they go here, now we play this way. Because as they're trying to promote the pawn, we will start to promote ours as well. Will they be quicker? No, because we will promote with check. Yeah, we promote with check. And there's the key difference. That was actually a tricky one. That was probably the hardest one we've done so far, even though maybe it was not as hard as I'm... What is this one? Okay. How to solve this one. We got a new one. The rook is hanging here. That's actually pretty much a gimme here. And then we could throw in this check and just trade the queens. That seems like the best answer. Yeah, I don't see why not. Okay, we're starting to get really high up here now. Actually, notice now we're at 3,372. We're starting to make some serious progress. I noticed at first we just have this. And then we just have, it looks like a back rank, but it's not because the queen covers it. However, we could take this rook first. That seems correct. Okay. Why? What do we play? Do we take this? Because then they have this check. That's not so nice. If we slide over here, though, they still have this check. I think we could take it. All right, we are still 100%. We're 100%, you guys, so we haven't missed anyone. We haven't missed any yet. This one you actually, I think like some of my opening videos have talked about this kind of lesson where you have this knight that covers this square, why you should never play the move f6. Because when you play the move f6, you create this really weak square f7, which is already the weakest square on the chessboard. And then what you do is you throw in this check here. After they go here, you sacrifice the knight because if they take, you will win the rook. And if they don't take, you'll have a discovered attack. So that's actually the correct move here, and then you take the rook. Okay. The tempting move would be something like this. What elo range is this set for? So what this is just our beginner. These are just puzzles that you can go on chess.com and just play puzzles. And as you make the puzzles, as you win the puzzles, as you do them correctly, it will go up. So from beginner all the way to intermediate to master level. And we're just kind of starting from the bottom. So like I did a stream a second ago that was 10 minutes long, but the audio wasn't working and we had some really easy beginner ones, and now we're starting to get to more to intermediate. Now the puzzles I think are starting to get a little trickier. So actually I see the checkmate here. I think I do. I think it's this. After they go here, you sacrifice the bishop. After they take, you give this check. After they go here, you give this check. It's checkmate. So but yeah, these are getting a little harder, I think. So kind of the point of this too is if you guys feel like you can solve this puzzle, or if you have any questions, I can slow down because I'm in no rush to make these moves like as fast as I can. And some of these are getting really hard. So if you're a beginner player, you might find that some of these puzzles are really challenging. I mean, this one, for example, is not so clear. I mean, it's a multiple move checkmate. It's checkmate in 1, 2, 3, 4 moves. So again, it's check, sacrifice the bishop, go here, give a check, and the queen cuts this off, the knight cuts this off. That's the checkmate for it. Yeah, these are getting, actually very quickly, these puzzles got much harder. They were much easier a second ago. I liked them when they were easier. I liked the back rank checkmate ideas. what you should notice is there's a fork here, first of all. And after the king moves, that's where you have to look, because notice the queen and the king would be on the same diagonal. But I don't know how to necessarily capitalize on that. I'm not for sure. Okay, here. Yeah, you guys left a comment. Let us try the next puzzle. Okay. I actually don't know the answer to this puzzle. I'm really trying to figure it out. So you guys go ahead, leave a comment. What do you think this one would be? This one I think is really challenging. Because obviously the obvious answer might be to just go here and win the rook, and I think that might be correct. Obviously, they give some hints here. Look at the top right corner. I'll be in trouble if you capture my rook. So I think maybe this one's too easy. Press F. What's the F on the keyboard? What is that going to do? What? What is what is that? What is happening? Knight C7's correct. Yeah, Knight C7's correct, and you win the rook. And after they go here, I'm guessing we can just block. What is F on the keyboard? That's crazy. I've never seen that. I'm guessing we just go here. What do you guys think? Do we just block with the bishop? I think there's a slight delay in the stream too, so sometimes what I'm saying, I kind of have to wait for your all's responses to come up, and it takes a second for it to like register. I think we just block with the bishop. But all right, here we go. So I'll let you guys look at this one. I did not know that thing about F on the keyboard. That's hilarious. That's awesome. Yeah, I know. That's crazy. I didn't know chess.com even did something like that. Okay. This one seems kind of simple. I mean, it seems to me like maybe we can just win the rook, because after they were to take, their bishop's still pinned, and they can't even support their bishop because we would just take the pawn anyways. So I guess, are you live on Twitch too? No, I actually don't have a Twitch account. I don't have a Twitch account, and part of the reason for that is because I feel like the stream, or not necessarily the stream, but my channel is so new as is. Like, I don't really have that much of an audience, and I feel like I have more people watching right now than I actually expected to have at all. So I'm thankful for that. Yeah, and you're right. It's actually rook takes d2. But yeah, I don't have a Twitch account, simply because I just don't feel like I'm quite there yet. Maybe I would like to someday. I'd like to do that as one of the next things. And here the puzzle continues, but I think the move is just rook d1, because you just add more pressure. And after they go here, as I said, you take, and then you take here, and you just win material. These puzzles are starting to get a little harder. Here they're forcing us to either trade the queen down or maybe potentially block, but if we block, we would hang the queen. I think we might have to, although I don't necessarily know if that's correct. This one's harder. They're all getting harder. I'm not as happy with them anymore. Let's see. If we take, they have to take back with the rook. That's clear, because we will take the rook if they don't. So what do we have after they take back with the rook? Maybe then we throw in this rook to attack this pawn and simultaneously attack their bishop. That seems pretty strong. Of course, if we were to just move the king, I mean, it's an option because you're still threatening the checkmate, but they're going to take here and have a similar position. Or maybe they'll throw in another check. Queen g2? Well, we can't... Oh, I'm not in check. Never mind. You're right. Sports Talk, you know what's up. So I thought I heard the check sound. I don't know why. Sports Talk knows what's up. All right, here we have a fork. That's the first thing I see. It's actually a checkmate after the fork, I think, if they were to go here. However, they might come forward, but then we have this check with our queen, which will be checkmate. So it's actually checkmate regardless, because the queen's going to come in here and deliver a checkmate. Let's see. That would just be checkmate. See, some of these are, now it seems like we're getting a little bit a little easier. That's actually not checkmate because they can go here. But it seems like we're getting a little easier now. It's like we get some, what is rating? This rating says, it says it's 4,049, but is there a way to see, since you guys know about F, you guys might know how to see, like, I don't know what, if this means, like, just as you climb up. Oh, what is your rating? Oh, well, I would say, it depends, are you talking about blitz or rapid or what? What's your... I think rapid's probably my best format that I play in. And it's really only probably about, like, rapid. It's probably about, I would say about 1950 maybe. 19, yeah, that's probably my highest is 1950. Queen h6, queen h5. Well, queen h5 would hang. They would give this check. They would take back with the queen. What about you? What's your rating? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not gonna try to. In Blitz, my Blitz rating is about, I think, only about 1800. Blitz is one of my weaker ones. Rapid, yeah, I would say probably about 1950. I don't play enough Rapid. Like, I play more Rapid over the board. That's where I play most of my Rapid games, or average 1500. I see. Yeah, I play most of the Rapid games I play over the board, and that's kind of tricky because I've played against a bunch of 2000s and stuff, and I have a pretty, I think, a good record against some of them, but it just kind of depends. I don't play enough. Like Blitz is what I play most, and I have that like Journey to 2000 Blitz where, as I said, I'm really only about generally probably about 1800 strength on that. So that's actually gonna be a tough challenge anyways to get to. All right, so yeah, as we look at this puzzle, I think you're right. I think queen h6 looks like the simple move here, but then the king is going to run forward. However, maybe then we can give this check, which after they take and play, actually I don't know. This one's trickier. What do you guys think? What's the answer here? This move is setting up a checkmate. I'll give you that. If we play this move, queen g5, we would actually be preparing a checkmate. But can they get out of it? I don't know. Is there a more forcing line? Let's look. Try and figure it out. Problem with here is they are going to escape this square. And of course the queen will look at our queen, so we can't just simply ignore it. The only check at that point that we'll have, I think it's beyond me. I think the only point after that is that we could throw in this check. However, they're going to take here. We'll take with check. We'll win a bishop. What's the alternative? What's the downside of playing a move like this? Is that maybe that they could create some breathing room for their king, and then maybe we wouldn't have a checkmate to begin with in that position. So yeah, I think it's actually this way. Throw in this check, give the desperado. We actually win the bishop. So, all right, next one. Let's see. I like an idea like taking here. Myas, what are you talking about? Why are you sad? Why are you sad? All right. Or maybe there's a sacrifice after a move like this. This seems more correct. Okay. I don't know. What I'm saying when I look at this is that I'm looking at these two rooks looking down here, and if they open the file, it will help our attack here. Although, again, we haven't gotten anyone wrong just yet, so this could be the first one we get wrong, because this one I'm not 100% sure on. I do see a weak king side. That's what I kind of see first, where maybe we could get a rook over and do some kind of attack. Like maybe if you bring the king up or the queen up here, maybe you could have a good attack going. But generally it's some force move. Yeah, I agree. Generally it is. I feel like actually as you get higher in the rating, as we start getting a little higher, like at the, I guess, 4,265, it will start to be more waiting moves, which is what, those are typically harder to find, right? The forcing moves seem to be easier to find. Let's see. Yeah, F3 looks like it could be good, and F3 looks good simply because maybe you could get this queen up the board, and then maybe try and get, some kind of checkmate. But the problem is they're just well defended. Wait, no. Your elo is sad. What's your elo? Is it audio? That's how we improve. This is where we're going up. I mean, these puzzles get challenging too, and I'm trying to improve myself too, so I'm trying to get better. The overall idea here is, of course, if they go here, the idea is really we could sacrifice a piece. I think it is to take here first, just so you guys know, and then actually they're kind of simplifying because we can actually just take the rooks now. That was really challenging. Let's go to the analysis because I want to actually understand this one a little more. The idea was if they were to take with here, as you'll notice, yeah, we had a bishop sacrifice. Actually, the move is actually just bring your rook in, threaten a checkmate in one. There we go. That's the best move. That makes more sense. I was also looking at a sacrifice like here because if they take your bishop, you can take their queen after they take back. You have the same exact exchange. Notice you're up a rook. They have a bishop. All right, the next one. This looks like the move. Maybe they block. But then we have this check. No, we don't have that. I actually don't know how we still have got... I actually am not sure how we still haven't missed one, because I feel like these are starting to get really hard. And usually puzzles are... tactics are not usually my strong suit. I wish that queen couldn't come back. How can we stop that? Is there a way? Queen check, then knight check, then rook check. That's a really creative idea. I see what you're saying. You go here, then you sacrifice the rook. The queen cannot take, so instead the pawn has to take. Then we give a check, forcing the king over here. We take its checkmate. Absolutely. You're totally right. You're totally right. That's a great find. Notice we give this check. After we give it, the king has to run over here. Great find. That was a great find. That was a tricky one, too. Wow, I'm impressed. Okay. A move like this is tempting, but I don't know where it gets us. Yeah, that was a good find. That was really impressive. I'm impressed by that. Oh, I see it. Does anyone see this? I'm going to let you guys solve this one real quick. You say it, because this is a great in-game lesson. So how do you use your bishop in this position? Your bishop's really not that great, but your bishop is about to become the key piece. So I'm going to let you guys solve this one. Whoever says it first, then I'll just solve it. This one's, it looks tricky, right? Because their bishop does look like it's kind of protecting their position, stopping your pawns. But what you're going to win, if you want another hint, since no one said it just yet, the other hint is that you're going to be up material. Bishop g5 is not the correct move. Although bishop g5 looks tempting, it's actually similar to the idea that you want to play. Bishop g5, they'll just take your bishop. So it's not bishop g5. All right, I'll give you another hint. It's a sacrifice. You have to sacrifice a piece here. That kind of, I guess, answers the question. Not bishop c5. Yep, you got it. It's a rook sacrifice and then a fork, and then you win the rook. Yeah, that was actually a harder one. Okay. This one's pretty simple. You just go here, and actually you sacrifice the queen, and then you take back for checkmate. Here, first thing you should notice, always look at these diagonals that your queen can go. Because queen a4 actually is the correct move here, and you're going to win material. Likewise, when they ever play f6, queen h5 is almost always the correct move. The reason that this move works is because they can't develop a knight to protect this. But even if they could, you would take. So instead, you just go here. After they block, we can actually just go ahead and pick up the piece. Unless there's something better, which I don't think there is. I think we go here and we just take back. Wow, 5,490. We need to stop getting so many right, because we're going to start getting some really hard puzzles that I cannot solve. Like, this one is already getting hard. Obviously, I think the answer is just to push up the board, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, let's look. Yeah, I guess we just push up the board, because we're going to promote first. Now, here it's tricky. Do we let them take and go here? Because they're going to promote, and then we're going to promote. Or do we take first, and then push? Because we will promote first, and block their promotion. So yeah, we block their promotion, so now they can't do anything. 5,682, goodness. This is actually a good lesson here too. This is actually another checkmate. You're going to go here. It's like a ladder. So you give this check, forcing the king to this square or whatever, one of these two squares. And then we're actually going to continue. I guess we got to be careful, because if they go here, we cannot give this check. Actually, yeah, we got to be kind of careful here. So I think it's still this. But this move is the correct move that they're going to play. So how do we stop? Oh, then we give maybe here? Oh, yeah, and then we win the rook. Actually, wow, these puzzles are getting hard. I don't. Are you guys keeping up with these puzzles, or are we starting to? Do I need to slow down or let you guys solve them? Like, again, I know it's delayed, so just let me know. I'll see it probably after this puzzle by the time that I solve this. But let me know. I can slow down on this puzzle because I think this one is starting to get a little fast. Yeah, this one I saw. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll keep playing this one then. I felt like it was starting to get challenging. Here we just take and win the rook. Sometimes they feel like they give you these. Okay, and we can deflect. Yeah, that wasn't all that hard. That one wasn't that bad. Okay. We still haven't missed a single puzzle. Wow, this is crazy. Puzzles, like I said, are not my strong suit. And then they go here. Only move. Because if they go forward, I don't know. Surely, right? Surely it's this check. Oh, well then we give this check. We deflect it. Oh, here. Okay. All right, next one. Way to win the game. 6,000. Goodness. It's obviously here, I think. It's got to be. Yeah. Oh, the pre-move. The pre-move. There's the first miss. And I thought they were going to play here. Because if they play this move, it does change things. We would just take here now. That pre-move. That hurts. Yeah, you would take here first. Yeah, you wouldn't. Wow, I anticipated that after this check, they were going to play this move in which we would give this checkmate. But instead we go here. Now after they play this move, we're probably pushing the pawn. Wow, okay. Or maybe we're giving another check. Yeah, it's probably not. Yeah, it's this one. It's checkmate this way. Wow, okay. All right, there's the first miss. We spoke too soon. That's the straight kind of Botez gambit. That's crazy. Yeah, I know. We were doing pretty good, too. We were at 6,000 something, and we just blew it. Okay. The Botez gambit. Okay, what is this one? What do you guys think? Here, just check, and then they go forward. And then another check. Mate. Okay. There's a discovered check here, I notice. I mean, if we put something like this and then take back. But then that doesn't help us. What in the world? What is this puzzle? Here? Yeah, it's there. Okay. Do you guys solve puzzles? Is it something that you guys try to do? Do you guys find that puzzles help you improve, or do you find that you know when you have these? Sometimes I feel like these positions that you have, if I was playing a game, I would not even maybe notice there's a puzzle here, that there's something to be solved. Maybe that's why I need to play more puzzles. I don't really solve puzzles very often. Yeah, it's this. You sacrifice the knight. If you guys aren't seeing it, you sacrifice the knight. After they take back, you take with check. And if they block, for example, with the queen, you can always take this knight. And it would also hang this one. So it's actually, yeah, you sacrifice the knight, and then you take here, and actually you'll be able to take again with check. Okay. Now I am in check, unlike earlier. But you just take here, and then you give this check. Wish I spotted these tactics this well, like when I played these games. I feel like I'm spotting them much better than usual. Dealing with back rank puzzles. Yeah, I think that's true. Because then maybe you're right. You know to look for tactics. Starting sports talk, you know to look for tactics if you see that. Dealing with back rank puzzles. What do you mean? Like you just don't do puzzles? Is that what you're saying? So like you don't have a lot of experience doing them, I guess. This one. I'm gonna let you guys solve this one because I feel like this is also an instructive lesson. Sometimes puzzles kind of teach you that the board is just more than meets the eye. Because if you're playing a game like this, you might be uncertain. And if I was playing a game, to be honest with you, I might be thinking maybe I'm going to. He means back rank on the board. Yeah, I guess I'm asking like, are the beginner puzzles that you first start? They're mostly like back rank puzzles. Pretty much almost all of them. That's what I guess what I'm asking is like, are those the ones you're doing? Um, but yeah, if I was playing this position in a game, I probably would not be so quick. I mean, I would probably actually decide maybe I need to activate my rook even better, like maybe get it on a better square. Knight fork, then take the rook. Oh, you mean start here first? Yeah, that's a good idea. I think actually the correct move is you can win even more material. I'll let you solve that since you're on the right path. If you were to go here, you're right. You would actually win the rook because if the queen takes, you're going to win the rook. But you can win more. You can win more material than actually that first fork. So I'll let you try and, if you want, I'll let you solve that one. Always look for more because this is kind of one of those things. Like I guess one of the strengths of puzzles is that you know, like I said, in a game you may not find this. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Take the rook, then fork the king because you'll win the queen. Yep, you're right. Yeah, I don't know if I would find that. Yeah, queen c1 was the correct answer. I don't know if I'd find that in a game, and that's saying, you know, that I guess shows me I need to do more. This one, it's actually pretty simple. You're going to give this check to force the king because the rook's cut off this. You're going to force king over here, and then you're going to have a simple back rank. So you just go here. After the king moves, you'd go here. When they take, you would have a back rank checkmate. Are we going to hit 7,000? 7,000 rating? Just a fork, I guess. What? 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 How is that not correct? Oh, it's checkmate in one. It's checkmate in one. You play it. You're right. It's a checkmate right here because the knight cuts these two squares off. Wow. This is a beautiful one, I think. Let's see. It's tempting to just take here, but I don't think it's correct. It might be more correct to take with the bishop. What do you guys think? Do I take with the bishop or do I take with the rook? The problem with taking with the rook is that the king will move to the corner and you won't have any more checks. You still have a very strong attack, and maybe you could play a move like this so that you're threatening a checkmate in one and you're also threatening to bring this bishop in. The upsides of taking with the bishop is that you'll have a discovered attack. So you're threatening the rook, which guarantees you're going to win the rook because you have that discovered attack threatening a checkmate. Do I see the checkmate idea? What do you guys think? This one's kind of interesting. Here and here is tempting versus taking this way and then having maybe this check. And after the king goes forward, this one. I don't know. I don't know. This one's harder. How do you say your name? I don't even know. I'm just gonna say Saka. Saka, what do you think? Because you've had a lot of these correct. You actually solved some of the harder ones. So what do you think? I want to hear your input on this one. If you're still in this. Wait a minute. I solved it. I solved it. It's actually to take this way. The bishop, what's wrong with the bishop is that after this check, they can run here. And actually, if you give this, the key is actually to sacrifice your rook. You're going to take this, then you're going to sacrifice the rook for a checkmate. Wow, that was an interesting one. Yeah, I was thinking what you were thinking too. I was also thinking taking with the bishop. Generally, in a situation like that, if there wasn't a checkmate threat, you typically probably do want to take with the bishop because the discovery is sometimes more powerful than just that simple check. Seeing the check is one of the easiest things to spot is to see, well, there's a check here, and then they move, and we won the pawn, and we'll win this one. But yeah, actually, I agree with you. Typically, taking with the bishop's better, but that was an interesting checkmate that just happened to be there. Okay. What is this one? Is that queen going to affect us if we give this check? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too at first. I thought maybe there was a sacrifice on g8, but apparently that was not it. I thought the same thing though. I don't know. Then they just take this. How does that help us? And sacrificing the knight here doesn't seem like the right answer, but maybe it is. Maybe because you sacrifice and then you can play this. These puzzles are getting hard. I like the easier ones. I want the back rank ones. The more I look at sacrificing it, the more it seems right. But then the queen still covers this. The problem with like this move is that actually bishop check, then queen check. Bishop check. Okay. Bishop check, they go here. It's their only move. And then queen check. Do you mean like here? And then they go forward. And then we take. Okay. You know what? I think you're right. I think you're right. Yeah, we'll go to the analysis. Yeah, you're right. Knight covers. Oh, you're right. Knight covers the exit. It's a force mate. It's a force mate. Sometimes miss the obvious ones. Sure. Good find. Good find. Okay. Maybe just this. And then our only move is here. Okay. And then this, and then takes, and that's mate. Yeah. Yep, there we go. Another one. This is a longer stream. I've been going here for a little while, 36 minutes. Thank you guys for whoever's in here. I appreciate all your support. You guys really are what makes this all worth it. You know, I started this channel only like, I want to say 4 or 5 months ago, and you know, I didn't have any viewers. I thought it would take me forever to even just get my first viewer, and here we are. I've got, you know, I'm happy for, I think it says we only have like 6 viewers in here, but even those 6 that I have, I'm very thankful for you guys. I really do appreciate it. It's helped the channel grow. It's what makes this all really enjoyable and really worth it. So thank you guys. I think it's just this check, and then after they go here, give this check. Surely, right? Oh, come on. Another pre-move. Another pre-move that hurt me. Now, see, this is so obvious. Actually, it's not super obvious, but it's actually here. Yeah, you just give this check. Another pre-move. The engine is not playing the moves that I want them to play. They're hurting me here. Another pre-move. It's obviously that. We're at 7,000 after this puzzle, which we're going to be after we sacrifice the queen and give a back rank checkmate. 7,048. What's this? Oh my gosh, I gotta set the pre-moves. The engine is trolling. Wait till you see this one that just popped up. Because again, it's slightly delayed. I see your thing. It says engine is trolling. Well, I just got trolled again. The engine just trolled me again. The engine said I'm tired of letting you play this way. I mean, it's so obviously here, right? You just give this check. Because after they go here, you sacrifice and you win the rook. The engine is trolling me. They don't want me to be above 7,000. It's giving me... Goodness. Okay. I need to slow down. No more pre-moves. No more pre-moves. Okay. The engine is playing those forcing moves that just ruin it. Oh, there's something here. Okay. I mean, I would like to sacrifice, right? But which one? Like maybe a... Yeah, that's it. That's it. Is it not? Is it the other way? Oh, hold on. Someone solve this. Leave it in the comments. How do we solve this? What am I missing? Do I just take... Oh, you just take the queen. What am I... Solving for 40 minutes this is the downside of it, because now I'm starting to miss obvious things. Yeah, I mean the queen is hanging, which allows the fork. Wow, 7,000, and we're missing everything. Okay, is it just here? I just gotta play it more correctly. I have a dangerous pawn idea here. Really? Yeah, I mean you just trade down and then push it up the board. Notice now we can see about the box. I made a video on this. Actually, I made a short. We can count 4 squares ahead, 4 squares, 4 squares this way, and we can make this box. And what you find, the king is not in the box, so you can push up the board and you can make a queen. Okay, next one. It looks like this is the check that you want to play, but it's actually, I think, here, actually. Never mind. Never mind. Find a way to win the rook. Looks like this would be the obvious choice. And then maybe just giving this check. To me, that seems right. To me, this seems like the correct answer. Okay. Is it like something like this? No, surely not. Surely not. Whoa, what am I looking at? Okay. What are we thinking here? I mean, I like to move like this, but then they just take. Or do we, oh, we just take the queen? We take the queen, yeah, because, yeah, we take the queen. Take the queen, because after they take our queen, we take back. Yeah, with check. So sometimes those are kind of tricky, like the ones where your queen's hanging and you got to make those decisions. Here, here, here. Why not? Why not? Easy. That was an easy one. Okay. This seems correct, but I don't think it is. It allows the king to escape. Because right now we have the king cut off. Oh, we go this way. Yeah, you go this way. Maybe not. I don't know. These are starting to get tricky. 7,388 is now starting to get like, each puzzle is actually pretty hard. I like the easier ones. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously I see this, but how do we implement that? Queen check, then rook check. Queen check this way, but then they go, oh, then the rook check there. Yeah, you're right. See, this is why we do this. Yeah, you know, I'm supposed to be helping you guys, but you're actually helping me try to solve these puzzles here. You're right. You go queen check here, and then queen there. Yeah, you're actually helping me solve the puzzles. This is what I really wanted. It's just a double check. That's funny. Is it not just an idea like something like coming in here with this? Or actually, no, it's this way. Yeah, so you take, they go forward, and then you give this checkmate. Yeah, that's funny. All right, next one. What do we think about this idea? That seem right? Seems pretty right to me. I think so. Okay, next one. Now we're flying through them. Now we're going to be at almost 8,000. Maybe I should change the title of this to like reaching, what should the title be? Reaching 8,000 ELO with my viewers? Because that's what we're doing here. We're really going all the way here. Okay. What is the idea? I mean, obviously I see maybe like, it would be nice to take here. Because the knight is a little overloaded because it's also protecting this bishop. So, give me a second. Let's see. I think we just take here. I think. Yeah, why not? Just take here. And then what we're doing is pulling the defense away. Okay. I'm not totally sure here. Okay, let's see. Obviously, I see that this is a little overloaded, but there's also, I'm looking at this here as well. And of course, we could take here, also looking at this bishop. Yeah, I mean, I don't even, I mean, the queen obviously looks here. Can we not maybe take the queen first? But then they're going to take this way. Oh, okay, I see. That's why it's tricky. That's what makes it hard. However, actually, if they take this first, we're still looking here. And we'll win that, I think. Yeah. Because notice, after they take the queen, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up here. After they take the queen, we'll still be able to take the knight. All right, let's see. It's just a fork, right? But then they go here. Oh, I don't know. Trying to hit that 8,000 mark. Yeah, we just have to win bishop. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so on this one, it's actually a similar concept. The problem with here is like the rook might just go here, but then we can play this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, then we just play here because they can't cover it, and then we can just win the bishop. All right, we've had this earlier. We know that after knight fork, then pin with rook. Yep, absolutely, that was the right idea. This one we obviously know. After this, we just play queen f. It's just almost a natural. You can almost just naturally play this because they have to block, and then you sacrifice. I mean, it's just they shouldn't even give me these because we did these earlier, like way at, we were way below. After we hit 8,000, I might end the stream. Is there another stream that you guys want to see? We could start doing live games too if you want, or I guess I could also use this moment. If you guys want, whoever's watching this video, let me know, what do you guys want to see? Yeah, mate in one here. What do you want to see? Do you want to see any kind of opening videos? I kind of leave this open. I've been thinking about doing one of those posts where you can I can leave a poll for you guys where you can decide what you want to what openings you want to see and stuff. But actually, they give us a beautiful mate in one to hit 8,000. Is that 8,000? 8,000 elo. Yeah, so I'm gonna end it here. And maybe next stream we'll do is we'll try to go to 10,000. But I hope you guys found this video enjoyable. I know it's a really long one. We did 46 minutes of a stream. So thank you guys for watching. Please let me know in the comments and stuff what you want to see, if you like this, if this wasn't helpful, if I need to do something different. Because, of course, my purpose really is to make something that you guys enjoy and that hopefully helps you improve your game as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. And for those who are active in the channel and in the support in the comments, thank you guys so much. You made this really enjoyable. It really wouldn't have been nearly as enjoyable without your guys' comment and your support. So especially you, Sokka, you've been here the whole time, and Sports Talk, thank you guys so much. Thank you all.